Do you find yourself in a funk? Maybe you want to make a change in your career. Maybe things aren't really working in your life in general with your relationships and your health, and you feel like something's got to change. If so, this week's episode is for you. So, last night I went to go watch Crazy Rich Asians, and it was really interesting to watch the film and to see some of the common themes which come across with Asian culture, something that I'm familiar with, having grown up in Asia and being half Chinese myself. And one of the things that came up as a really big theme for me was this idea of expectations. And I think expectations are one of those things that can really hold us back. There are those expectations that others have of us, what it means to be a good daughter or son, what it means to be a upstanding person when it comes to making choices around career and job titles and, the ego side of what it is that you do. And expectations around what's acceptable and what's in the norm, and stepping outside of that can be a bit difficult and confronting. So expectations really are one of those things that are invisible. You can't really see them, but because we're mindful of them, they influence our actions and what we take. So let's say, for example, you're looking to make a change, to start a new career and do something completely different. You're perhaps stifled in a job that's not interesting and you want to burst into more creative pursuits. And you've got an idea for what to do, but you're not taking action. I invite you to look at whether you've got an expectation on yourself. Maybe you expect that it's not acceptable for you to do this, or maybe there's an expectation that you can't, make a successful living out of what you want to do. Look at what those beliefs are, look at what those thoughts are, because that's really going to help you unravel whether or not those are the scripts that are holding you back. The other side of expectations is your own internal expectations. Do you expect that if you make a switch in your career after you've been doing it for 10, 15 years, that you're going to have to start all the way at the beginning? And so because of that, you're going to have to work twice as hard to accelerate the process because you've quote unquote made a mistake? I know for me, that was something that I had to deal with when I was making the change. Look at what your expectations are, both externally and internally, when it comes to making a change. And see, actually, are these true? Are they really serving you? Do you want to take them on? Are these expectations valid? And it's a really good thing to do because often we don't even realize that these expectations are what is holding us back. So I'm curious, I really want to hear from you. You're thinking of making a change, you want to do something different, things aren't quite right. What is the expectation you have of yourself in terms of whether it's possible for you to make a change, whether you have to stay? What do you believe to be true internally within yourself and also externally when it comes to other people and how they will view this choice? I'm really curious to see what you're going through. Leave a comment for me below and I'd love to continue the conversation over there. And just remember, there is no one in the world who can do what you do the way you do it, and there is no point hiding and staying stuck in something if it is not serving you, because your guaranteed result is it's not going to serve anybody else too. So I would love to hear from you in the comments, and in the meantime, have a beautiful week.